Hello everyone, my name is Raju. I'm a certified nutritionist and fitness consultant, wellness coach working for last 19 years. I would like to present you on a video on healthy digestion, how to improve my, digestion well. So to give you this presentation, but before that, let me explain about myself, introduce about myself. I was a former district registrar, group 1 officer working in government of Andhra Pradesh for last 10 years. Then for 10 years, then I quit my job and now I'm a certified nutritionist and fitness consultant, and I have a lot of certifications. And I also did my Master of Science in Zoology and working for last 19 years in this company. So you can reach out to me through my Insta and Facebook handles with Coach Gnanaraju name and my YouTube channel Gnanaraju. So let me explain about the topic now. All disease begins in the gut. There's as per Hippocrates, father of medicine. He way back 400 BC says all the disease begins in the gut. So gut is so crucial. You have to have proper gut, clean gut. But what will happen? You know that most of the digestion-related illness either could be acidity or acid reflux, bloating or gas, stomach gases, constipation, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome or IBD, indigestion, poor absorption, and celiac disease, etc. These are related to the gut. And if you understand, almost twice these problems will come in for women rather than men. Women suffer most, unfortunately, and 62% of people worldwide suffer from digestive related complaints, and 95% of serotonin is produced in the gut. You know, the main mood enhancing hormone, 95%, and 70% of our immune system is located in our gut. So you want to improve your immunity, you have to work on your gut. So the gut health actually is having microbiome, the big life. Micro means small, bio means life. The almost trillion bacteria are there in this gut. Stress management also affects the stress. You know, the way you look at things, the emotions and anxiety and all that. So mental and emotional health, bursting out, anger, love and happiness, all that comes from the gut. And gut feeling, we always say diet. Diet is actually directly linked to the gut health. So we discuss about some diet related issues, and sleep also. Sleep and exercise also related to gut health. So now if you have a proper gut, you will have a proper sleep. And exercise also, the mood and all that will be affected actually with the gut. So immunity, and as I said about immunity and genetics, 70% is to the gut health. And there is also a relation between the first brain and the second brain. You know what is second brain? Gut is called second brain. So both brains, first brain and second brain, here and here, they talk to each other. So that is why they take combined decisions. So that's the reason why you ought to have a clean gut also, like how you have a clean mind, brain, same way. And the diet is the main purpose, that it's like a fuel. If you don't give proper diet, you give junk food. Junk means useless, naturally end up in problems. Diseases run in families because eating habits run in families. So eating habits, if you change, most of the diseases also will not come. So we think usually that because of our genetic, but it's not genetic, it's the habits. Eating habits actually looks like genetical. Most of the time it happens like that. And let me explain you that the gut, how it will, the digestive system, entire structure. You just recall it. Most of the people you might be reading in maybe your sixth standard, seventh standard, 10th standard, somewhere. From mouth, it all starts from the mouth. From here, salivary glands will be, and pharynx and esophagus, the layer, liver, stomach, small intestine, big intestine, large intestine, appendix, and all that will be consisting like a total system. If you understand like a factory, chemical factory, this is something similar to that. Actually, this is more than that. This our body. God has given such a beautiful body frame where you cannot understand. So small tiny enzymes and hormones, they work together and they try to create this wonderful harmony in the digestion process. If any one digestive enzyme or hormone is missing, affects everything. So that's the reason you have to be careful. And it starts from here, and the pipe from there to here, so it all starts from the here, salivary gland. So you have to chew properly before you swallow. So some people only throw. So that way you should not eat faster. You should eat slower, right? Slow, enjoying every meal, every mouth bit, right? Every bite you have to enjoy. So this process actually, it is made up of ingestion, it's taking and digestion inside, physical digestion and chemical digestion. and defecation, sending out the food, and assimilation, absorbing the food, all together consisting of digestion process. And this, the food you take it, usually in the mouth, it will be there for a few seconds to a few minutes, right? In the stomach, it will be about 15 minutes to 2 hours, right? And in the small intestine, it will be from 2.5 to, and beyond, 2.5 hours approximately, or sometimes it will be even more. Large intestine, it takes 12 to 25 hours, So that means when you eat breakfast, it may stay for one full day, 25 hours. So whenever you eat lunch, it will be staying in the stomach, in the large intestine till next day. So that's why you should not end up eating so much, not put so much, food. You have to, that's why sometimes fasting also help you to some extent, so that, that overindulgence of the food will not be there. And upper digestion and lower digestion, there are two components. The upper digestion means the digestion at the upper level here, the lower side. So 250 plus decisions are taken, related to food, and 1 liter of saliva is put together, so much saliva will produce in while digestion. So we have such a powerful esophagus. Even if you, do, reverse ulta, and you wanted to eat again in, that kind of phase also, still esophagus is able to swallow the food. So Shirshasana also, if you do and you keep on eating, still the food able to be taken inside, upside down also. So much power is there. Body, God has given that kind of power. 35 million glands are there that actually help in producing up to 4/5 of gallon of stomach acid in every day, in a day. So that means so much gallons of acid is produced in the body. So it's very powerful acid actually. So the stomach can able to expand up to 50 times. Okay, remember. So that's why how much ever you do bariatric surgeries, they try to cut down and try to make the stomach smaller. But again, that will expand. So bariatric surgeries temporary will be helping, but in the long run, they don't help. In the lower digestion point of view, in the lower, the stomach, about 500 different types of bacteria will be there. 500 different types. And the sounds, grrr, tor, yeah, rrr, these kind of sounds all will come from the intestine, sometimes, the passing, gases also will be 14 times in a day. We usually pass the gases. And if you stretch open the intestine, about 8 meters is the length, or 25 feet, 25 feet or 8 meters, so much longer in the intestine. So that's the reason why you have to eat slow, and you have to be careful about your digestion process and all that. Let us discuss about gastric gas, or intestinal gas. On an average, people produce 1 to 4 pints a day. So much of gas will be produced. Without realizing, sometimes we do it. This kind of gas will produce usually through aerophagia. Aero means air, phagia means eating. You swallow actually gas. So that's why you should not eat faster. If you eat faster, you are actually swallowing some of gases also inside. So that's why you eat bite by bite, slowly. Enjoy the meal also, and you don't end up in doing the damage. You don't push the food. And secondly, when you eat cracking sound, sound, kar sound, that kind of food when you eat, then also some of the gases will be hidden inside. So that's why you should not eat cracking kind of foods. And some of this intestine, inside, this like a pipe, is supported by the glands like liver and pancreas are the major exocrine glands, also endocrine glands. They produce wonderful enzymes. The liver is rich in red color. You can see this, and the pancreas actually has the good controls on the blood glucose level, sugar levels. When you eat rice and roti, chapati, the pancreas, it tries to reduce that fat, reduce that sugar intake into the blood. So now instead of red color, rich red color, the liver turns into whitish color. This is called fatty liver, more dangerous. Once it becomes fatty liver, usually ends up in third stage. In the first two levels, we can able to reverse it. When it comes to third level, it's called cirrhosis or liver cancer, very dangerous. So that's the reason why you have to check your visceral fat constantly. We have a mission to check this visceral fat so that you can, overcome. You don't wait for the complicated disease to come, right? So this has an installment, like a movement called peristalsis, meaning they goes like a wave kind of movement inside. The food will be taken inside step by step in the process, and see that the food whatever you take it be ejected out, sent out through anus. The food will be sent out. So sometimes there the food will also be staying there. That's called constipation. Because of constipation, that food will not be proper. When there is not enough water, all the water will be taken and by the body. So water is not there. So that's the reason that constipation also problem. So you require to give a lot of water. And when the constipation is too much, the the waste material is too much, their gases will be produced, their infection also come. Sometimes piles problem, piles comes because of this, called fibroids. When it comes out, it's called external fibroids. When it goes inside, infection, it's called internal fibroids. When it's had with blood, infection becomes too severe, it's called hemorrhoids. So now that is a basic infection because of constipation. So that's the constant movement of the the waste material, and should be proper. Then you don't have this kind of problems. So now when this food material, when it's ejected out, when it is sent out, usually the bacteria inside, the good bacteria, try to make it to smaller pieces. And in the process, they try to produce as a byproduct hydrogen, sometimes carbon dioxide, sometimes methane gas. So they will be sent out. These are the gases out. So because of the ejection of these, gases, so the small intestine and the large intestine, they become bigger in size. So because of that, usually you can expect the, sometimes the stomach also bloating. So that's why stomach coming out is not at all good either ways. Maybe eating high food, or also because of gases also, it is not so good. It actually, when the tummy is coming out, that's called apple shape of obesity, it also affects the spinal. So spiral, the imbalance will be there. So a lot of things will be happen. So when the stomach comes out, usually abdomen is objectively larger than the normal. So that's called distension. And but sometimes it is not distension, it should be bloating. Bloating is subject to feeling, is a feeling that the abdomen is looking like a larger. It's called bloating. You are feeling bloating sensation. But when it's coming out, it's called distension. There is also one more related problem called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Syndrome means lot of problems, together. Disease come together called syndrome, right? It's also associated with abdominal pain or discomfort, change in bowel habits, and feeling bloated and gas and all. And sometimes it also end up in constipation, sometimes in diarrhea. Okay, so I said about constipation because of it becomes like a too sticky, so it won't go out. So that's the reason you have to keep on giving more fiber and more water and exercise and all that is required. And what causes IBS, irritable bowel? So different reasons are there. They're not one reason. It could be gut hypersensitivity, hypersensitive to certain foods, or maybe allergic to some foods, or disturbances in the mind, brain. Maybe that emotions because of stress, digestive system will be squeezed, and a lot of things will be. So that's the reason you have to see that in a holistic way. So certain times we should not give, certain foods actually irritate the stomach. Maybe fiber actually gives, fiber removes the constipation, and too much of fiber actually makes like a, loose motion. So during the loose motion, should not give fiber based food. You understand? Some foods like milk and sometimes sprouts, sometimes yellow in the egg, sometimes they cause irritation. So that's the reason why you have to see which food product actually is not digesting. So then those things should be avoided or minimized. Certain alcoholic and this, smoking and pan, jarda, gutka, they're also not good for the stomach in terms of digestion point of view. And there is also one more related problem called gluten sensitivity. What is this gluten? Gluten is a protein. Usually they are in the wheat and rye and barley. So it's like it's made up of two proteins, but gliadin and glutenin, right? So now this usually they're in the sticky substance, sticky thing, of the wheat part, gluten. Now gluten sensitivity is becoming nowadays bigger and bigger. And when the gluten sensitivity is more, that ends up in celiac disease. Now, if you see this, in the intestine, there are in the intestine, small intestine, there are finger-like structures called villi. So the food goes through like this, like this, like this. And inside the food will be absorbed also, assimilation also there. But in the celiac disease, or when the villi becomes infected or affected with some kind of toxins, maybe because of drugs or different kind of reasons, so this will not get able to absorb. The food will not get absorbed into the villi, so ends up in actually digestion related problems. So now many people complain, sir, I'm eating food, but why I'm feeling low in energy? What happened to my food? Because of these kind of, not just only celiac, because of complications in the villi. So villi got fingers kind of movement. So that is very important. So that's the reason why Hippocrates, father of medicine, again says 400 BC back, way back 400 BC. Before you heal someone, ask him if he's willing to give up the things that made him sick. So you have to forego certain things which are actually causing you trouble, sickness, right? For example, if you are drinking alcohol, try to avoid it. You have to ask him whether he is really willing to give up, so that he wants a permanent problem, permanent treatment, permanent cure for it. Like he's eating pan, jarda, gutka. Gutka, can you avoid it? Smoking, can you come out of it? Or he's eating faster, can ask him, can you eat slowly? So like that. So the diet is a major component. I said, I remember, diet is like a fuel. Ayurvedic proverb says, when diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. When diet is correct, medicine is of no need. Ultimately, diet is the major thing. And it also is given the similar opinion by Dr. Linus Pauling, who was awarded twice Nobel Prize. Okay, he says nearly all diseases can be traced to a nutritional deficiency, meaning by most of the problems, diseases are so-called diseases. The solution not in the medicines, solutions in the nutrition deficiency. That's what, as per Dr. Linus Pauling's opinion, he was awarded with twice, 2 times Nobel Prize. And this is a microbiome inside the gut, the billions and trillions of bacteria is there. There are good bacteria and bad bacteria. So wherever the bad bacteria is, they try to take over the territory of the good bacteria. So that's the reason why consciously we have to see that good bacteria, grows in size and in number. So our duty is that. So how to grow good bacteria? By eating right kind of diet and exercise and healthy lifestyle habits correction, good sleep, 8 hours of sleep, and all that. And you should not going for junk food and oily food or those kind of stuff. So when you eat lot of eat lot of medicines also, then this good bacteria also will die instead of alongside of bad bacteria. So unhealthy digestive system looks like left, what is shown in the left side. Healthy digestive system looks like right side, what is shown in the right side. You can see the picture. So now we have to be cleansing. Body has the ability to cleanse, but sometimes it's becomes so ineffective, it cannot able to absorb the food. So that is why it's called colon toxicity. Colon becomes too toxic and it becomes too waste. When you are giving so much of alcohol, body has to remove the toxins. But body itself becomes so lethargic and everywhere it becomes spoiled. So you have to cleanse, support the cleansing system of the body with the right kind of nutrition, right kind of medicines, right kind of lifestyle habits, right? So see that, this kind of colon is cleansed, then there will not be any constipation or bloating. Because of this also, the constipation and bloating will be. So that is why you just be cautious about when the tummy is coming out. Tummy should be not be coming out. It should not cross more than 80 centimeters for women and 92 centimeters for men. So colon toxicity is also very important. But unfortunately, it is not possible. Like how you brush every day, you cannot able to open our intestine and able to cleanse and keep it back. We cannot do it practically. Daily thing we cannot do it. So that is the reason why you have to be careful, much careful. Why you should be careful? Because there are three reasons why our nutrition is going down compared with our ancestors. Number one, improper growing methods, our way of pesticides, the way of too much, harvesting. And, there is no time gap between one crop to another crop. A lot of mistakes are being done. Storing method, wrong storing methods, wrong cooking methods. Because of that, nutrition values are going down and nutrition getting depleted. And comparing the last 30-40 hours in the plate, whatever B vitamins we are taking, they are going down 66 to 73%. And even Mother Nature, the soil itself is depleted of nutrients. So that's the reason why whatever we are taking is not normal food. We are taking too much of salt, sugar, fats, calories, carbohydrates, and we are taking less of vitamins, minerals, protein, fiber, water, and other things. So we require to have a good prebiotic food, that is fiber-rich food, every day in every meal, but unfortunately we don't take it. So that is why we can always, good idea to take the supplements. The beta heart is a wonderful addition to us. It's made up of O to beta glucan. It actually decreases the bad cholesterol absorption. It increases the good cholesterol, help control blood sugar, also good for slimming and weight management. Also promote the growth of friendly bacteria in the gut. So that's the reason why it has very good benefits. Made up of oats. Oats beta glucan is a protected, one. So now there is one more problem called lactose intolerance. Nowadays, gas comes because of this also. Bloating also comes because of this. When the lactose, the milk, enzyme, milk lactose, that enzyme will not get absorbed properly. It ends up in diarrhea, loose motions, gurgur sound inside, cramps and pains and bloating and gases all will be there. Now the question is, are you really lactose intolerant? Are really milky, cannot able to digest, cannot able to digest it? Can you make out by yourself? How to make out? Usually the lactose is there in the whole milk, 5%, ice cream 8%, Swiss cheese 3%, cottage cheese 3%, yogurt, curd 4%, whipped cream 3%, sour cream 4%, butter 1%. So when you can able to digest other things, that means you also can digest lactose. Remember this. But some people say only I cannot able to digest milk, but all other things I can digest. That means there also lactose is there. When they could digest that, this also can digest. Maybe they're little here and there chances, but eventually they keep on eating. Over a period of time, that indigestion process will not be there. But what will happen to lactose intolerant person? What is shown in the right side? It will not get absorbed properly, because of lack of good bacteria, and it not get properly. So it naturally end up in flatulence or abdominal pain. Whereas in what is shown in the left side, the lactase bacteria actually try to remove that, lactose, make it to break down to glucose and galactose. And it will be thrown into the, again, bloodstream, the normal digestion process, lactose digestion. But when there is this missing gap is there, lactose is not getting properly digested, and ends up in acids and gases because of bacterial fermentation. And with the age, lactase activity and amount, this goes down. That is the reason why most of the aged people cannot able to digest the milk. Whereas the same people then able to digest in the childhood and teenage level. But when they are aging, 75% of old people, old generation, they cannot able to digest the milk items. So that is the reason why we created Herbalife Nutrition has come up with a shake made equivalent to milk powder, but little toned down in, lactose. So this is actually, you can use it all like as good as like milk, everything there, protein and vitamin D, calcium, everything is there. And the only thing, fat is less, and there is no chemicals involved in this. And you can add in the part of the shake, in water or regular shake. And actually, I said, remember, microbiome is a very good for microbiome. Micro means small, bio means good bacteria is there. It's a probiotic. We have the probiotic actually maintains the intestinal health. So these probiotics, the supplements nowadays coming up, they have 6 health benefits. One is improved digestion, improved stronger immune system, better nutrition absorption. Number 4, weight loss also supports weight loss. Also supports detoxification. Also good for the de-stressing. It also have the stress support. So this simply probiotic, it's actually consisting of live bacteria, 1 billion bacteria in a sachet, made up of consisting of Ganadian BC30. BC means Bacillus coagulans. It's good bacteria. It's live bacteria. It's there. Okay, 1 billion bacteria. So now you can also have it. It's like a probiotic. Now, when you don't drink enough water also, then digestion will be get affected. So now, how much is the average, healthy way of drinking water? So every 20 kilos of body weight, you require 1 liter of water. So your weight is say 80 kilos, you require 4 liters of water. If your weight is 100 kgs, you require 5 liters of water. This is an approximate example. So how to understand that, you're not drinking enough water? Urine color, you can see the color. If it is a pure yellow color, that means you are drinking good water. If it is becoming like orange color, you're not severely dehydrated, you're not drinking enough water. So we have herbal aloe concentrate and aloe plus. They actually help you to drink more water because that gives that taste, and it also helps you to cleanse inside the water, inside the gut. So the fiber is two types: soluble fiber, insoluble fiber, put together called good fiber, called best fiber. Oat bran fiber has the best fiber nature, but we require approximately 30 grams per day for adults. But most Indians get only 10 to 12 grams per day. So when the fiber is missing, the stool, you can make a stool test, and the stool will be like a broken, it float on the water. So that's the reason why you can, based on the stool types also, you can able to check whether it's constipated or not constipated. So is the case of fiber. We require, I said, a lot of fiber, fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds. A lot of fiber is there, but we don't eat it so much, like how much we are supposed to eat. So that's the reason why we can able to supplement this active fiber complex. Each spoon consists of 5 grams of fiber. Also, you can also take like a tablet, but tablet form, the less fiber is there. And we supposed to eat 7 colors, 6 to 7 colors of fresh fruits and vegetables. Every color represents a different kind of nutrition. So, but unfortunately, we don't eat our plate like this. Do you eat when you eat idli, dosa like this, so many colors? No. So that's the reason why we can able to supplement these gaps in the nutrition by supplementing with the taking of multivitamin mineral herbal tablets. And instead of tea coffee, 1 cup of tea coffee goes to 100 calories, say 1 hour walk, equivalent to 1 hour of walking approximately. So if you take 4 to 5 times of tea coffee, 4 to 5 hours of walking is required. Instead, you can take a fresh. It's 0 calories, less than 5 calories, called 0 calories, and less in caffeine. So instead of coffee, tea, you can go for a fresh. It's not a fresh, it's not a tea coffee. It's like energy drink. Everybody can take it. And instead of taking, high sugar foods, you can always choose less sugary foods, less in glycemic index, less in glycemic load. So a National Institute of Nutrition study find out, we are eating a lot of cereals. So we have to cut down on the cereals, like millets comes under cereals, the white rice and wheat and roti, chapati, and all this comes under cereals. Then you should eat more fruits and vegetables and nuts. So otherwise you end up in sugar, diabetes risk. So what is shown in the left side, you should take more. What is shown on the right side, you should eat less. Okay, like that's why you should not go too much, to the bakery items, sweets, sweet shop. You should not go, and ice cream shop. You should not go. If you want to control weight, you have to fix it from your breakfast. Fortunately, our shakes and most of these are cellular nutrition, meaning they directly gets absorbed at the cellular level. So digestion assimilation problems will not be there. So these also will help you to not to gain weight. Otherwise, insulin attack will come. When the insulin is increasing because of increased sugar, naturally more fat will form, because the insulin duty is a fat forming hormone. So that's the reason why you have to have a 5 to 6 small meals in a day, so that carbs will not be more, and more protein and good fat will be there, and less in calories, less in sugar. That's exactly what we promote in Herbalife Nutrition. We go for low glycemic index food, so which actually is very friendly for diabetic, even diabetic and obese people, and for any average person. So the protein also, right kind of protein required, so which can able to balance both low absorbing and fast absorbing protein. Like some are fast absorbing protein, like whey protein, whereas some are slow absorbing protein, like soy protein. This is a blend so that you don't feel hungry for next 3 to 4 hours. This is called meal replacement shakes. They are effective for not only for weight loss but also weight maintenance. Compare with our conventional diet. Lot of clinical studies also went through in Germany, US, and Korea, and a lot of countries. And metabolism wise also good, actually. The for gut is up like engine, right? So when you don't give proper diet, naturally metabolism goes down. Metabolism nothing but together consisting of catabolism and anabolism, breaking down and constructing the new cells, right? So lifestyle factors also that can disrupt the balance of the gut. Age, I said, remember, with the age, gut also goes down. So that's why when you are aging, a lot of problems will come. So you have to be careful when you are aging. So aging people require more, be thorough in their young only. They have to be more disciplined from young age onwards. So stress, you have to have a proper sleep, and there are a lot of de-stressing activities. You have to overcome the stress. They are not at all good for gut. And when you go for outside meals because of exotic travel, so usually gut gets disturbed. Medicines and antibiotics also, disturb these good bacteria. They actually remove the good bacteria and increase the bad bacteria. Processed foods, no junk food, less processed food, and have a different fruits and vegetables. More the variety, wider the variety, the best. And don't take high sugar intake like rice and wheat and chapati, all that millets, all high in sugar. Though they are sugary, the millets are better. White sugar is more, white rice is more dangerous than the brown rice. So brown rice is better, millets are better, no doubt about it. But they also comes under sugar only. Ingestion of pathogens and contraceptive pills, cesarean birth, they actually disturb entire gut inside. So comparing to our ancestors, we are becoming fat because of lifestyle totally changed. And our ancestors ate 800 varieties of foods, but we are eating only 5 to 10 varieties of foods. So those years we used to do a lot of hard work. Our ancestors used to do a lot of hard work. They eat normal food, but now we are doing smart work and continue to say so-called normal food. That's not matching. So it's like using a 5G phone, cell phone, but eating 1G food. So not good, na? Generations are changing. Lifestyle habits correction we require to change. Our lifestyle is totally different compared to those kind of lifestyle. Our lifestyle is like this. So we are very smart and we eat their own and the system. We eat a lot of noodles and processed food and all that. So busy lifestyle is also another problem. We don't have time to eat. So that is why Zomato, Swiggy, and all these are coming food apps. The ready-made food is becoming popular and they come and bring it to the home. So now we should not depend on the vegetable oils like sunflower, safflower, mustard oil, something like that. So instead of depending on vegetable oils, go for more nut oils, coconut, groundnut, like that, good fat based. Don't depend on the refined oils, go depend on the cold pressed oils, right? So once you heat any oil, you're not supposed to reuse them. Otherwise, you end up in trans fats, which are carcinogenic, cancer causing. Reduce saturated fats and vegetable oils, and lower tea coffees, lower fried food, lower spicy food, low in simple sugars, good for the tummy, good for the gut. So lower non-veg also, non-veg, particularly bigger the animal, bigger the fat. Go for a little fish, chicken, white meat rather than the red meat. Reduce the salt as much you can, less than 5 grams per day. It's not bad luck. Lifestyle causes cancer. So that's why remember, many of the lifestyle disasters actually end up in cancers also. So be careful about it. And 73% of urban rich India is protein deficient. So we are not eating enough protein. So instead, you can able to take this protein powder, add it in our meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's like eating, becoming a smart food for the smart work. Like 5G food, 5G work, 5G meal, 5G work. So matching. And obesity is becoming mother of all diseases. It causes 80% of diabetes, 70% of heart, and 40% of breast cancer and all that. So be careful. So some people knee-jerk reaction, they try to cut down the breakfast. We should have a proper breakfast, but healthy breakfast, low in calories. Some people who used to eat a lot of dinner. No, less dinner. Because nighttime you don't get proper, the food will not get absorbed. As I remember, it takes 24 hours to get proper digestion, sometimes 48 hours also. So what can we expect when we heal the gut? Meaning you have a proper clean gut, what will happen? Better moods, enhanced resilience to stress, clear skin becomes clear, reduces seasonal allergies, lower risk of disease, immunity increases, improved cognitive functions, memory power increases, improved absorption of critical nutrients, feel energetic, less anxiety, less depression, less food sensitivities, stronger immune system, reduced inflammation and pain, hormonal balance. Hormonal balance will be there. So that's the reason why we always recommend the best breakfast, award-winning breakfast in the entire world. Best breakfast in the entire world. Our nutrition shakes are there. And we also teach healthy recipes. We also educate on lifestyle habits correction, create a healthy community. We also teach healthy eating guidelines. We also teach healthy dining out tips when you eat restaurant, go to restaurant, when party, how to read it, how to read the label, how to order the menu. All this we are going to teach. How to do wise shopping. You don't waste the money in buying unnecessary things. Healthy snacking, we teach. Calories also we teach. And you can see me there in the blue t-shirt. I was teaching there the group workouts. In the green t-shirt, I was there. I was teaching group workouts. So these are a few of our clients. We help a lot of teenagers, children, senior citizens, celebrities, people who lost about 40, 50 kilos with us, 40, 50 kilos. Any age does not matter. And 60s, this man lost 71, 72 kilos, 75 kilos of weight loss, 82 kilos. We help a lot of people, different kind of people. 300 plus staff scientists are there, 50 plus PhDs are there. Millions of cans are being, sold across in every year. FSSA complied. Food safety, they are as per the FSSA guideline, Food Safety Standards Authority of India, and we also have this the FSSA license, and we do from seed, from agriculture, from the soil to the mouth. We do hundreds of testing, thoroughly tested, 380 tests and 470 tests. You can understand. So thoroughly tested so that we have a healthy, very high quality nutrition to the body. Herbalife is the #1 brand in entire world in terms of weight management. #1 brand. #1 brand also in meal replacement. Instead of meal, this is a meal, complete meal and protein supplement combined together. And these are award-winning products. We are not talking about silly, high quality products. And if you are looking for a personalized plan on your diet and fitness and lifestyle, we are there for you to help you. If you already have a coach, please approach. If no one is there, we are there to help you. About me, I already explained. We have 19 years experience with my master's in science and a lot of certifications to reach out. This is the coach in who handle Insta and Facebook. And I was also leading simple, ordinary life as a government officer before. I was also having tummy as assistant IG inspector general of Asian stamps, and I also worked in Khammam, Nalgonda, Vijayawada. And as an officer, morning I go and come back by night. I also used to occasionally, the outside food and drink lots of tea coffee. I don't have disciplined lifestyle. Now I understood. Actually, I came through my wife. My wife actually wanted to lose her weight. She can see the transformation. How much is the transformation? Amazing transformation. And myself, I also tried, and I also got amazing transformation. Then we started taking this as a career, and we started helping. I resigned my government job and helping. We became total new person, and no wonder we have a new lifestyle. And now my age is 52 years, and my wife is 44 years. And you can see the transformation. Now this is what we are preaching, what we practice. We showing what we eat, and we are showing what we exercise. I do full marathon, 42 kilometers running. My wife also does 5 kilometers running, and my children do half marathon running and 10 kilometers running. My son, my son's children, they became taller, grown taller. You can see my wife and me, we became slimmer. So this is the thing. We preach what we practice before we preach. We are awarded as Cynthia got awarded as Woman for Golden Telangana. We are awarded as a lifetime. We got with a lifetime achievement award from Herbalife Nutrition for 1 million volume points. This is what I'm telling you. This is what we preach everywhere throughout the country, where the national level trainers, not because of our greatness, because of trainers like Jim Rohn, international trainers. And we are also blessed with wonderful brand ambassadors like Mary Kom and Virat Kohli and Cristiano Ronaldo. Top class brand ambassadors are there. We got training from dietitian advisory board members, topmost dietitians, and top Nobel Prize winner Dr. Louis Guinero, Dr. Susan Bowell, a registered dietitian, and I met them. So Dr. Dietary and sports nutritionist, Dr. Kent Broadley, Dr. Samantha Clayton, she is a fitness expert. Dr. Vasilos Frankos, he was the ex-head on dietary supplement from US FDA, Food and Drug Administration. I love this doctor, Dr. David Heber. You can see his degrees. He is an author, sort of scientist. I met him. He got training. Dr. Louis Grattan, Harvard doctors, Dr. John Abnabi, our currently CEO. Before coming to Herbalife, he worked as a health secretary in White House. And Dr. Richard Henry Carmonas, he worked as 17th Surgeon General of America. We are fortunate to get training from these kind of wonderful people. That's why our exposure changed internationally. So we can reach out to Insta and Facebook, website and YouTube and email and phone numbers. If you already have a health coach, wellness coach from Herbalife Nutrition, please talk to them. If you don't have, we are there to help you. Okay, we are trained people. So our goal is to make the world healthier and happier. And thank you so much for listening to this video. And if you like this video, please like this video and share to many people, as many people as possible. Subscribe to my channel. And thank you for your attention. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you so much. Tata, see you. Bye-bye.